So I said to Jamie, like, I want to go. I'm not even joking. Like, I'm feeling like I'm being grabbed.
Whoa. Whoa.
Tonight we're in beautiful Orillia, Ontario, at the former home of Stephen Leacock.
Which is now the Leacock Museum National Historic Site.
And as you may know, Stephen Leacock is one of Canada's most celebrated authors.
He spent a lot of time in this place, and it's allegedly haunted by his spirit, so we're gonna check it out.
Let's go.
Hey guys, welcome to the Leacock Museum National Historic Site. You ready for a tour?
Let's do it.
All right, let's go. So a lot of people remember Stephen Leacock as a humorist first and foremost, but what they don't remember is that he was also an academic. So in 1900, Stephen Leacock started teaching at McGill University, and then in 1908 he became chair of the Department of Political Economics. So 1908 is also the year that he and his wife Beatrix bought this property. So they bought it for $1,600. The original property was about 30 acres. I think it was like 27. We have 9.5 left. This is the last remaining original building on the property. This is also the last of 4 cottages that the Leacocks built on this property. So when they first bought the property, they threw up just a little cookhouse. They slowly started adding more and more outbuildings. Then they built a bungalow just along the lakeside, a little further down that way. And then in 1928, this house was built. So this is the dining room. The table is original and has sort of a neat feature on it here that I like to point out to everybody. So there's just this little button here. In the kitchen, you might have noticed that green box with the little light bulbs all over it. So this would have been wired directly into that box so that Leacock could call his staff in from the kitchen without actually having to get up from the table. Another piece of original furniture in this room is the mirror. We've hung it at this angle very deliberately because local legend is that he had it hung like that so he could sit in his favorite chair in the living room and watch his servants in the kitchen. He wasn't like a jerk. Leacock was sort of like a self-made man. He didn't really have patience for lazy people, so. This is the chair that I was talking about, we've put this chair here so that you can sort of see into the kitchen from the mirror.
Yeah. So this is the original chair then?
That's an original chair, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, here.
I don't know, but this thing's
Is
going
this
off.
too close to the plug?
Shouldn't
would that be
be.
a plug? No. It's right here.
Wow.
Whoa.
I don't imagine there'd be a huge electrical current
He
anywhere.
said all the wires was upstairs.
Go closer to his chair. Huh. Wow. That's interesting.
Oh. All right, do you want to hold this for me?
Wow. Can you do that again? I don't know how you do that. That's close. A little bit more? Put a little more into it?
So hi there. I'm just gonna ask you a couple questions. We're just here in the space. We're just looking around. We're not gonna disrupt anything. We don't mean no disrespect to you at all. If you wouldn't mind answering some questions, yes or no. Is there someone here with us right now? Is it Mr. Leacock, Stephen Leacock, that is here with us right now? the first time that this has moved that it feels like I can see, like it feels like someone's moving it. Like I feel like someone's moving, like actually for the first time I actually feel like someone's moving it. Like it's like, the way it's moving is weird.
Looked like it was coming in the opposite direction.
Some kind of electrical something going on here.
Bring it to the floor.
Because that's where it would be going more, you'd think, right?
Yeah, it's
super weird.
Is it okay that we're here right now? Thank you so much. You've such a beautiful home. Thank you so much.
So in here is the study. Photo in the middle here, I like to point out because he looks pretty dapper. That was not usually the case. Apparently he would buy 2 flannel suits a year and wear them until they were rags. And one of his friends described him as a bear that was taught to dress itself but never quite got it right.
Dear.
So one thing that I've read about him is that he never learned how to properly tie a tie. And I've noticed that in some of the pictures you can kind of tell.
Like that one?
Yeah.
Oh boy. Yeah, that's not straight at all.
So the 2 things that I typically show people in this room, the first is the button. And then the other thing that I like to show everybody is just behind this picture here. So this is Leacock's study.
Yeah.
So he would have done at least some of his writing in here. Realistically, behind these books, this little passage
No way.
here, realistically, this probably would have been used in order to run a telephone line from the phone room into his office. Leacock's history with Orillia is great and storied, but it's also full of like these tiny little like digs that people would make sometimes. So the local legend of that is that the reason Leacock had that was so that when people would come over and use the phone room, he could pull it open and listen, yeah.
Sneaky Leacock. This is the second finger wag at Leacock, buddy. This hasn't moved at all.
Okay, well, let's go check the other room. I feel like there might be something. I'm feeling it in this like writing areas.
So this is actually Leacock's bedroom.
I was gonna guess that it was a child's room from this time.
No, so this is a diorama that sort of shows the progression of the houses on the property.
Oh,
so we kind of start with the cookhouse and end with the house that we're in now. My favorite part of this room is just in here. There's this strange little cupboard. So that's actually not original to the house. In the 80s, when they were doing some electrical wiring, they popped that panel off and they found a little tube of letters inside. They're actually the only remaining letters from Beatrix to Leacock. Those letters, as it turns out, would have actually been the last letters that she ever wrote to him. They range a date from January to March 1925. So the fact that he kept them all this time, to me, speaks volumes.
Yeah, and had them hidden somewhere special for himself.
Wow.
Yeah.
Would have thought we'd pick something up by this chair.
It just depends on what's original and what's not, right? I guess. All right, well, let's go check that back room and then we'll head upstairs.
Yeah.
There was, I think, down in the hallway where all his pictures were of his old covers of his books. There was a weird energy there, and I think there was a weird sound that kind of popped up at one point there as well, from what I recall.
Flash really quick.
Say something. Talk to it.
Just anyone in the room? Can you flash our lights for us? Even just a little bit?
This thing just went super foggy.
Camera?
Yeah. It's like it's trying to focus on something.
So this is the other room that I have also been told was Stevie's bedroom. So this is like the room that, I don't know if I should tell you this. I don't know if I'm gonna like sway your investigation. This is like the room that people say is like creepy, and like frankly I think it's just because there's only one light and it's a very big room. But this is apparently where people get the most like eerie feeling.
Yeah.
Hey, there might be some activity in this room. You wanna flash the light on the meter in Deanna's hand here? Flash it up a bit.
We're not gonna hurt you. We mean no disrespect.
What we heard, a lot of the experiences people were having were actually on the upstairs, and we actually did experience something upstairs, but not in the room everyone else was having. So
to our right here, we just have another bedroom, and then this is just another one of the guest bedrooms. This one recently had an exhibit in it, so the lights are a little more.
Holy.
The thing to do sort of in the 20s was someone would entertain you at their place for a little while, and then you'd entertain them at your place for a little while. So, I mean, it makes sense they would have these big bedrooms because you would have people come out. That's another one of the
Call those. Yeah. I'm like, just got really freezing.
In the after, I kind of did too.
Like really freezing.
I kind of had a weird vibe in that
Yeah.
room. I could feel something in that room.
it felt darker.
Yeah,
than
there
all
was
the other
just something different to it. But yeah, it was one of the other rooms that we were in.
Bathroom.
Was it the bathroom?
It was in the bathroom. Because I remember being like, wow, this is an incredible bathtub.
It was a pretty incredible bathtub.
Yeah, I'm not sure if this bathtub's original to the house. I think it is.
Looks like it very well could be.
This is a very nice bathroom. I can't stop looking at cupboards. I'm like, what's up there?
You can open it if you want. I don't think that one's locked. Yeah, there's an anchor in
Definitely heard it over here.
Yeah. Did you hear it on there?
But
Is there someone else in here?
Here. Would there be anybody coming in here now?
I heard something in here too.
Should it be?
There was for sure something going on over here.
I don't like that.
He gets really comfortable.
Legit though, I don't believe in this stuff, and that just creeped me out.
Yeah.
That was like.
No,
I thought somebody was
I heard
here.
something here too. I just assumed there was someone here.
Okay, everyone just stop. Focus.
But then it was, we're certain that we heard somebody coming up the stairs. There was a pretty loud noise, and it sounded like footsteps, but no one else was there.
I thought it was Erica because it sounded like it was for sure like.
I thought it was too, and then when you guys went over there, I was like, oh wait.
As soon as I saw your face, I'm like, okay, I'm not imagining it.
No, it was loud. That was super loud.
I feel like there's someone right beside me. I actually almost feel like someone's holding my arm right now, almost like escorting me out. Like on this arm again.
You got it.
I know there's a heater beside me, but it feels like there's something holding my arm. You know, it's like you've been bad and someone's like, get out of the room. Like it feels like someone's holding my arm.
Still?
Right here, yeah. Oh, such a weird feeling. Such a weird feeling.
So, you all right there, buddy?
So much of the basement has been redone,
Okay.
including the billiards rooms. So this is apparently, according to this plaque, this was one of Leacock's favorite rooms. Like this
Yeah.
was
Of
like the
course.
crowning achievement of the house.
I keep feeling things on my arms. And I felt it here. And then the light was going and I freaking feel something here on my arm again. So I said to Jamie, like, I want to go because I feel like he's not happy with me because first we did the photo and then I feel like he doesn't like me very much. I'm not even joking. Like I'm feeling like I'm being grabbed. Because now I'm feeling like on this hand like this. And before it was on this arm. Why would
It's going off, eh?
Yeah, I know, but like why would it be here? I feel something.
Tell if there's something.
But what would it be? It would be right here.
No. Still going on? Whoa. Whoa. Wow. Wow. It's crazy because your hands are super cold.
It just feels like this is moving and I still feel the pressure here.
That was crazy.
This is the most I've seen it light up, like consistently.
Lit up red.
Upstairs, was that you holding Deanna's arm? I know you must be getting annoyed with our presence, but can you please answer us? Yes or no, if that was you holding Deanna's arm upstairs?
I feel like he's not here anymore.
Stephen, are you here? Can you please answer?
Nope, it just went to green.
What?
It just went green to green. Stephen, are you here? I don't think he's here.
It's a home that's definitely got a story. It's a building that definitely, I mean, we can't explain why that sound happened. There was definitely no one else in the house. And that ends, you know, the meter going off like that. We ruled out everything we possibly could. We double checked with the staff to see if there was any sort of wiring that we weren't aware of, and there wasn't. So there's definitely something going on at the Leacock Museum, for sure.
Thanks for joining us on this investigation.
Don't forget to follow us on social media for the latest updates, behind-the-scene photos, and exclusive videos.
It just sounded like somebody was walking. Like
I heard-
like
no, I heard it too.
footsteps
See you
of
guys
the-
later.
It's been nice having sound, but we're done.
You're on your own.